evening, welcome to your Wednesday night yoga class. So let's begin by sitting in a nice, easy, comfortable position. Legs crossed, knees resting out to the side, spine nice and straight. Head an extension of the spine with your crown floating up towards the sky. Shoulders melting down away from the ears and belly button drawn in towards the spine. So let's allow the backs of the palms to rest on top of the knees with your palms open. And when you're ready, close your eyes, switching off from the outside world and beginning to connect with the breath. Let the inhales and exhales flow through your body. With every inhale, bringing yourself a little more onto your yoga mat, and with every exhale, letting go a little bit more from your day. We're going to start with 3 cleansing breaths, inhaling through the mouth, exhaling with a sigh out through the mouth. Returning to your normal breath, just letting it flow in and out. And then we're going to do some neck stretches just to release any tension you've been holding in your neck during the day, whether you've been sat down at your computer, sat at a desk all day. So with an inhale, crown of the head floats a little higher. And with the exhale, just take your right ear down to your right shoulder. Relax the muscles in your forehead and breathe. Feel those muscles down the left side of your neck lengthening. Returning back to neutral with an inhale. With your next exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Breathe. Returning with an inhale to neutral. And with an exhale, take your chin over to your right shoulder. Keeping everything else nice and still. Soften the jaw and breathe. Returning to neutral. And then exhale over, chin to left shoulder. Soften the space around your eyes and breathe. Melt those shoulders down. With an inhale, returning to neutral. Let's take those palms together in front of our heart center. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, reverse the prayer down your spine, elbows high. Deep breathe. Inhale. And exhale with nice wide arms. Let's do that once more. Inhale. Exhale. And breathe. Inhale. And exhale with nice wide arms. Now let's straighten that left leg in front of us with a nice active leg. Toes inwards, heels out, active thigh and kneecap. And let's bend this right knee, bringing the sole of the foot nice and close towards the inner left knee. Now sweeping that left arm round, bending the elbow and taking it to the outside of that right knee. Send those fingertips up nice and high, and then sweep this right arm around your back. Plant the palm behind your bottom and twist from the core, so from your belly button, twisting over towards your right shoulder. Relax the face and breathe. Inhale to rotate back. And then straighten that right leg this time. Draw the toes in, heels out, active leg. Bend the left knee. Bring that sole of the foot in nice and close towards the inner knee. And then let's sweep that right arm round. Right elbow bends to the outside of that left knee. Fingertips up nice and straight towards the sky. Let's sweep that left palm around the body. Rotate from the belly button over that left shoulder. Keep that straight leg nice and active and breathe. Settle in, soften. Slowly return to neutral. We're going to straighten both legs here and activate both legs straight. So we're drawing in both toes in towards the body, both sets of toes. So we feel the activation down the back of both legs. Keep that spine nice and tall, crown of the head up. So we're pushing our kneecaps upwards, we're pushing our upper thighs upwards. All the muscles active, and just see if you can lift your heels very slightly off the ground. So we're preparing for our staff pose. It's an active pose, looks simple, but actually it's a very strong pose. So sitting with a nice tall spine, we're going to inhale, arms up overhead, fingertips pointing up like a perfect right angle with the body. See if you can keep those heels lifted. Suck that belly button inwards towards the spine and breathe. Remain active in the arms and the legs throughout. Inhale and exhale, relax, forward fold. Good, now taking palms behind the back, fingertips pointing away from you. Draw those shoulder blades to melt together at the back. We're going to point the toes ahead of us this time. Chin tucked into the chest, and with an inhale, lift those hips up high. Squeeze the glutes together into a reverse plank. Breathe. Couple more breaths. Inhale and exhale to lower. Again, bring those arms overhead, forward fold. Walking the palms in. We're going to come up onto all fours into our tabletop pose. Knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders with a nice neutral spine. Take your gaze down towards your thumbs. Make sure all fingers are spread out nice and wide, even weight distribution on the mat. And we're going to come in. We're going to take 5 rounds of cat-cow, releasing any tension in the shoulders, in the lower back. So with your next inhale, taking your gaze upwards, allowing your belly button to dip down towards the mat. And as we exhale, chin tucks into chest as we roll the center of our spine up towards the sky. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. So allowing your breath to match your movement. Let's take 3 more. Eyes open or eyelids gently closed. It's your choice. When you've completed 3, returning to a neutral spine. Your next inhale, we're going to raise that right arm up towards the sky, opening up that right shoulder. And then we're going to thread that right arm under the left. Take your right shoulder down, right cheek down. And taking your left leg out to the side. Nice straight leg. And breathe. Plant the palms to return and gently draw that right leg in. Just adjusting your tabletop. Check your alignment. And now let's inhale, that left arm up, fingertips up to the sky, breathe. And exhale. Threading that left hand underneath the right arm, slowly lowering shoulder then cheek. And then when you're ready, taking that right leg out to the side. Sink down. The option with this thread the needle is to open up that right arm to the sky if that feels good, and a further option to bind that right arm around the waist, reaching towards the top of the left thigh, just so you can further peel that right shoulder up, open. Remember, twisting from the belly button. Inhale and exhale, plant the palms, gently draw yourself back up and draw that leg back in. Let's tuck the toes and move into downward facing dog. So you might want to walk that dog out to start with, bending left and right knees. The backs of your legs are a bit tight. And then come up high on the tippy toes. And melt the heels down. Take the heels up to the left and the right, and back to center. With your next inhale, we're going to transfer that body weight forward over the wrists into a high plank. Option here, take knees down and breathe. And taking that left palm into the center of the mat, we're going to turn onto our right side and take that arm up high. Again, option to take that bottom knee down or coming into full side plank. Further option here is to take that top leg into a tree or maybe even into a raise. Whatever's feeling good for you. Choose your option and breathe into it. Coming down with an exhale, moving back into high plank, Then taking your right palm into the center, turning onto your right side. Let's take that left arm up nice and high. Option, take right knee down, or maybe take a tree, or maybe take a leg lift. Breathe. Inhale and exhale to come down. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. So finding a bit of stillness in your dog. Let those heels melt down. Ensure that even weight distribution in the palms and the fingers. And breathe. Now we're going to inhale to take that right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, and then we're going to plant that right sole on the outside of the right palm. So just turn the outside of this right foot on a knife edge, just allowing you to stretch that inner thigh on the right. Feel that nice deep stretch and breathe into it. Couple more breaths here. Exhale. Feel yourself softening into the stretch. And then plant that sole back down. And then take the right leg back. Once again into downward facing dog. Heart center melts down a little further towards the earth. With your next inhale, let's take that right leg up, bending that left knee, draw it under the body and plant it outside of that left palm. Turn the outside edge of that left foot onto a knife edge, allowing that left knee to float out to the side. Feeling that nice stretch in the left inner thigh. Breathe. Plant that sole down and then take that left leg back into downward facing dog. Breathe. See if you can melt those heels a little further down towards the earth. And next, as we move in to our pigeon pose, again we're going to bend this right knee, draw it underneath the body and draw it into the center of the palms. Now take that left leg back, pointing the toe behind you. And just check behind you to make sure that leg's in a nice straight line, right down the middle of your mat. Now your left foot, depending on how flexible your hips are, might want to come a bit further out to that left edge of your mat, bringing it more into a right angle, or maybe not. We're just going to ensure that our hips are nice and aligned, nice and square towards the front. Relax those shoulders down, melt them away from the ears, and just settle in. So option here is to come down to the forearms. Maybe once in the forearms, you might be able to draw those right toes a little closer towards a right angle, or maybe not. And again, further option is to straighten the arms and gently draw the forehead down towards the mat. So choose your option wherever you are, ego completely out of the window. Does not matter which option you choose tonight. I'm going to hold here for 10 breaths. And then gently walking palms back in, straightening up, tuck those left toes behind you and take that right leg back, downward facing dog. And let's repeat. On the left, so bending that left knee, again drawing it in nice and close to the body and planting it right in the center of your palms, straightening that right leg behind you this time, pointing the toes behind you, just checking the alignment of that leg, nice and straight. Hips nice and square to the front, shoulders relax down away from the ears, and again you might just want to adjust that left foot out to the side. Take your gaze forward, breathe. You should be able to feel that stretch in your left glute, outside of that left thigh. Option again, to take it down to the forearms, plant those palms down, keep those shoulders away from the ears. And then option 3 is to straighten those arms, gently let the forehead melt down towards your mats. And let's take 10 breaths wherever you are. Walking those palms back in towards the body, tucking the right toes, and let's take that left leg back, downward facing dog, and then we're going to gently bend the knees, lower them down, take the big toes together behind you, widen those knees, and sink the bottom down towards the heels. Let's take a nice easy Balasana child's pose, elbows nice and wide, thumbs and forefinger touching. I want to make a little heart shape and just gently let the forehead rest down. Breathe. Let the body melt down towards the earth. Let your whole body breathe here. And when you're ready, bring yourself back up to all fours. And we're going to roll over onto our backs, gently lowering the body down. We're going to keep those knees bent as we prepare for our happy baby pose. So we're going to bring that left sole of the foot parallel up towards the sky, followed by the right. We're going to take toe hold of the toes with our forefinger and thumb, ensuring our spine is nice and straight on the mat, chin tucked into chest. And then here, just extending the spine downwards towards your tailbone. So we want the whole spine to be on the mat. And then when you're ready, drawing those knees down towards the elbows. Soles of the feet stay parallel up towards the ceiling, chin stays drawn into the chest. Feel that nice stretch in the inner outer thighs. If you want, you can have a little rock left and right, or just stay still, whatever's feeling good. Every exhale, just see if we can draw those knees down a little further towards the armpits. gently release, taking both legs down. Let's take soles of the feet together and let the knees drop into Supta Baddha Konasana, or laying down, butterfly pose. Let the knees fall to the sides. And here you might want to bring those arms overhead, pointing fingers behind you. Every exhale, let the hips soften, let those knees fall down to the sides. And slowly drawing those knees back up together, pulling those arms back down by the sides. Let's just windscreen wipe at the knees, left and right. And then rolling over onto your left side for a moment. And then pushing yourself up, using your palms back in to Sukhasana as we started. Nice easy seated position. Remember, crown of the head floating up, shoulders melting down, belly button drawn in towards the spine, knees resting down, just resting palms on top of the knees, gently closing those eyelids. And breathe, relax the muscles in your forehead, cheeks, the space around your eyes. Soften your jaw, your neck. Soften the muscles in the back of your head. Every exhale, the shoulders melting down away from the ears a little further. Relax the muscles in your chest, in your abdominals, glutes, thighs, calves, all the muscles in your feet. And just allow your mind just to focus on that breath. Notice as the inhale transfers into the exhale, and the exhale transfers into the inhale. Your mind feeling quiet and still, plenty of space in there now. Setting your intentions for the rest of the day, preparing for a restful night's sleep, and ready for whatever awaits you in the morning. Gently drawing palms together in front of your heart center and opening your eyes. Namaste, everybody. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful rest of the week.